The pace of hiring in the U.S. picked up last month as many states began easing coronavirus restrictions. The Labor Department reported that employers added 559,000 jobs in May. That was double the number in April. And the unemployment rate fell to 5.8%. In Delaware, President Biden hailed the report as proof his economic plans are working.
No other major economy in the world is growing as fast as ours. No other major economy is gaining jobs as quickly as ours. And none of this success is an accident. It isn't luck.
We'll take a closer look at the jobs report right after the news summary. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention today urged teenagers to get their COVID-19 vaccinations. A new CDC study found hospitalizations of young people were up in March and April, and nearly a third of those patients were admitted to an intensive care unit. Researchers said it may be due to more dangerous virus variants or to school reopenings. Former President Trump will remain suspended from Facebook for 2 years following his role in inciting January's Capitol insurrection. Facebook made the announcement today in response to recommendations from the social media giant's oversight board. Mr. Trump said the suspension is, quote, an insult to the millions of Americans who voted for him in 2020. Former White House counsel Don McGahn testified today before U.S. lawmakers on the Russia investigation and former President Trump's possible obstruction of justice. It was part of an agreement reached last month in federal court. McGahn arrived at the Capitol for a closed-door interview with the House Judiciary Committee more than 2 years after Democrats sought his testimony. A transcript will be released in coming days. Hundreds of people in Hong Kong today defied the police to mark the anniversary of Beijing's 1989 Tiananmen Square crackdown. Crowds marched and flashed cell phones in Causeway Bay after police had banned a candlelight vigil at a nearby park. Authorities arrested several of the event's organizers.
It is emphasized that it is an offense under the Public Order Ordinance if anyone take part in or advertise or publicize an unauthorized assembly. The maximum penalty is 5 years imprisonment.
We'll get the perspective of a Chinese political dissident later in the program. Back in this country, President Biden rejected a revised spending offer from Senate Republicans amid efforts to reach an infrastructure deal. He spoke with their lead negotiator, Senator Shelley Moore Capito of West Virginia, who proposed an additional $50 billion. But the president said that offer still fell short. The two agreed to speak again on Monday. Fisher-Price is recalling a model of its baby rockers after 4 infant deaths. The 4-in-1 Rock and Glide soothers were designed to mimic being rocked in someone's arms. The babies who died were found on their stomachs after being placed on their backs unrestrained. There is word that a forthcoming U.S. intelligence report on UFOs spotted by military pilots has found no evidence of a direct link to aliens. But as the New York Times and others reported, it does not rule out that possibility either. Investigators also said that some of the sightings could have been experimental technology used by other countries. The report is due to go to Congress later this month. And stocks rallied on Wall Street today as the May jobs report boosted confidence in the economy's recovery. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 179 points to close at 34,756. The Nasdaq rose 200 points and the S&P 500 added 37. Still to come on the NewsHour, a Communist Party dissident discusses repression in China on the anniversary of the Tiananmen Square massacre. The U.S. Border Patrol increasingly drops off migrants in rural areas without resources. David Brooks and Jonathan Capehart break down critical infrastructure negotiations, plus much more.
This is the PBS NewsHour from WETA Studios in Washington and in the West from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism at Arizona State University.